Hi guys, it's Zilla back again. This time I've got a versus video. I've got the Bose QC35s versus the Sony MDR 1000X noise cancelling headphones. Let's be honest, for noise cancelling, these are the two best headsets on the market right now. They're both brand new. They've both in the same sort of price category as well. And they're the best, both of them. They're both the top performing noise cancelling headphones. So let's start off with the cases and the accessories that come with them. There's the Sony case, hard case, same with the Bose. They're roughly the same size, so there's not much difference in size, thickness. As far as cases go, they're both good quality cases. I'm not bothered by that. You've both got hooks to hang them from, if you want to do that. And they both got these mesh pockets in the back. You see that there, guys. So you can store cables, receipts, whatever you want in there. It's up to you. Both headphones come with charging cables. Both of them come with cables to listen wired in if you don't have Bluetooth or you don't fancy using Bluetooth. The cable that comes with the Bose is 1.2 meters length. The Sony one is 1.5 meters length, and the Sony cable is a lot better quality than the Bose ones. A lot better quality. I know it's not a huge important thing at this stage, but I'd like to let you guys know what you're getting. They both got your Airline Adapters as well that come with them. So I'll pull this one out. The Bose one's better integrated into the case, and it feels nicer, to be honest, than the Sony one. If you look at the difference in quality. And they're gold plated. These are silver plated. So it's nice they both come with that. So accessories wise, they both come with the same things, same type of case. The cable is longer and better with the Sony. The Airline adapter's better and higher quality with the Bose. So I thought I'd throw that out there for you guys. There's no pocket on the inside of the Sony case, unfortunately, which would have been nice if they put that in. Whereas you've got a nice mesh pocket built in here for the Bose headphones. The boxes they come in are both equally attractive in my opinion. I've got them in the background, so check that out. You can see that for yourselves, guys. Now let's talk about build quality real quick. Now the Bose, they're predominantly made of a lightweight glass-filled nylon. And Bose say it's a lightweight feel, but it has a high level of durability, so they don't snap like plastic. Also, the stainless steel has been used for the headband spring and pivots as well. So it's they're very durable headphones. You know, if you look at the finish on it, it's not bad. It's quite a nice looking headphone. Okay. Now, the Sonys, these are made of, let's open this up real quick. The hangers are made of metal. That's metal there. The headband at the top is metal. See, it's all metal, the whole thing. This is plastic here, obviously. So, and both use protein leather, which is fake leather, guys. Neither of them use real leather. So this is protein leather, as is this. The headband on this one, you've got Alcantara, and it's nicely padded. On the Sonys, you've got the protein leather again, and it's less padded. So, if I show you that there, guys, you can pick that up on the camera. A lot more padding there. So, build quality wise, personally, I prefer the Sonys because of the metal construction as well. They're better build quality than the Bose, in my opinion, but it's subjective. Now let's talk about the actually let's show you inside the ear cups. Nice soft foam lining in there on the Sonys, and with the Bose it's more like a fabric rather than a foam, if you can see that there. But still, both are still nice. I like both. Both have a 3.5 mil, a micro USB charging port. The Bose now, they have a 2.5 mil input there, whereas the Sony's have a 3.5 mil. I would have preferred both of them to use micro USB type C, but that's not a big deal personally. Buttons wise, I'll show you this. You got your power button there, noise cancelling button there, an ambient sound button there. On the Bose, you got your power button up here on the side, which you slide to switch on and switch off again. You got your play track, pause track, answer and end calls, volume up and down, which works nice. You got your LEDs there that lets you know the state of your battery and your Bluetooth connection. And you've got the Bose branding there. Now with the Sony's, you've got Sony branding here just on the top of the hangers, and the buttons here, as I said, you've got your power, noise cancelling, sound and ambient button there, and your input there. Now they both have NFC, and the difference is here the Sony's have got touch controls in the right ear cup, so you slide your finger forward to go up a track, back to go back a track, up to raise the volume, down to lower the volume, play, pause, answer and end calls by tapping the center. So to me personally, I like the buttons more on the Bose because they're more tactile. You can feel it where this indented there. The buttons are a little harder to feel on the Sony's because they've only got these little tiny ridges on the button, so you can feel it, but these are more set it, put them on and then listen to your headphones and don't worry about them after that. Feature wise, they both have NFC. They both can be listened to passively, so that when they're powered down you can put them in wired, listen to your source so that the battery needs being on. The difference is though between the Bose and the Sony's. The Bose, you cannot turn off the noise cancelling when they're powered on and you're using them wirelessly. You can use them wired with the noise cancelling switched on, and you can switch the noise cancelling off by also while they're wired. But when you're using them wirelessly, you cannot off the noise cancelling on them, which is a bit of a shame. The Sony's, on the other hand, you can use them wired passively, wired with noise cancelling on, wired with the noise cancelling off. You can have ambient sound coming through as well at different levels. So if you want to just cancel voices, you press the button once. Not cancel voice. If you want voices to come through, you press this button once, and it allows voices to come in, which is good at airports, train stations for announcements, stuff like that. If you want just all the noise to come in, you press it again and noise cancelling goes off. That's a nice feature if that's something you need. If you don't need it, it's not a big deal, but it's there if you do. The Sony's also have what's called a Sense Engine built in, which alters your listening experience depending on the size of your face, your head. Somehow there's sensors built into these that makes the listening experience and noise cancelling unique to the individual who's using them. And they're also very good. They sense if you've got glasses on, which I do, and they adjust the noise cancelling according to that. I don't know how they do it, but that's what Sony have told me. So feature wise, definitely 100% the Sony's win that hands down, right? So if you want something feature rich, the Sony is the way to go, and build quality is better on these. Now let's talk about comfort. Easily the Bose are more comfortable. They're lighter. They're about 237 grams, I believe. Let me just confirm that for you guys. Yep, they're 236 grams. These are 275 grams, so they're a lot heavier, probably because it's all metal construction, whereas this is glass fill nylon, so these are a lot heavier. Also, the clamping force on the Sonys are a lot more than the Bose. So if you don't adjust these right, they will hurt just below your earlobe. I'll warn you of that now, guys. But it's not a deal breaker, because I was listening to them, I was getting pain there, I readjusted them, and since then I don't have that issue. For really, really long listening periods, for say like 8 hours or something like that, the Bose are definitely more comfortable, and your ears get less hot wearing these. With the Sonys, because of the clamping force so tight, you will find you get a little bit hotter around the ears. So definitely a win for the Bose when it comes to comfort. The ear pads on both are very soft and plush, but they feel a little bit nicer to me on the Bose, the ear pads. It just feels a bit sort of like memory foamish like. Whereas these feel like that as well, but they're a bit heavier, the padding in those. Where the padding in the Bose is a lot softer. And because you've got Alcantara there, it feels nicer on the top of your head. Although these don't feel horrible, but these are definitely more comfortable, guys. That's pre-warning you of that. Now let's talk about noise cancelling. Which one's better? I personally think the Sonys are better at noise cancelling, but just by a little bit compared to the Bose. There's two reasons for that. This has got more technology built in, that's number one. And number two, the clamping force is more on these than on the Bose. And what I find is, even with them both switched off, when you put the Sonys on, you instantly notice they cut out a lot more of the ambient sound than the Bose do without even switching them on. Also, when this does cancel noise, it cancels out more of the higher frequencies than the Bose do. The Bose will cancel out lower frequencies very, very well, but you can still hear voices. When music's playing on both, it's not an issue. You won't hear anything in the background at all. Okay? But for me, the Sonys are slightly ahead when it comes to noise cancelling. Now let's talk about sound quality. Again, soundstage on both is excellent. No, actually, let's not say excellent. Let's say it's good. It's not super the best reference type speaker headphones, but they're good. Soundstage is better personally for me on the Sonys. It just seems more far apart when you're listening to something. Frequencies range is better on the Sonys as well. And bass is a lot tighter, it's deeper, a lot more punchy than the Bose headphones. The higher frequencies are slightly better in my opinion on the Bose, but they're not as crisp sounding as the highs on the Sonys. For me, these sound a lot nicer than the Bose. This is a much more relaxed, easy listening type headphone. This is a more punchy, tight sounding, really good reproduction of the music. And you can hear the little details in the music as well with these, more than you can with the Bose. Both go very loud. The Sonys do go louder, in my opinion, than the Bose. The Bose I can use at full volume. The Sonys I can't. It hurts my ears if I do. But again, for long listening periods like 8 hours, you can get fatigue because of how good the bass is on these. We're not talking Monster Elements bass, where it just covers everything with bass, heavy thing, and amplifies bass. It plays what's there, but it's a lot punchier, and it's a lot more separated between different ranges. So lower frequency, if it's there, you will hear it. It won't artificially add it on either headphones. Higher frequency is slightly rolled off on these, as opposed to the Bose. But at higher volume levels, these definitely sound better. Now, let's talk about noise leakage. These start to leak noise at around 60%. These will start leaking noise at around 50%. That could be because these get louder. But to be honest, guys, at 50%, you're not going to need them louder than that. So I'd say it's a tie there. Battery life. Battery life's 20 hours on both, and I can confirm that's pretty accurate. I get around 19 hours, 18 and a half, 19 hours, sometimes 19 and a half hours from a complete charge. That's because I listen to my headphones quite loud. So that's equal in that respect. Let's look at the looks now. We've talked about construction and everything. Which do I prefer the look of? Really, to be fair, I should have got the black Bose QC35s. I didn't. I prefer the look of the Sonys. I'll show you that right now. These look a lot more professional. They're more understated looking. These are not ugly, but these in black would be better. So it's a personal choice, that one. For me, I prefer the look of the Sonys. Both headphones are around about the same sort of size, if you look at that. Right there. Both can fold ear cups, bend them and then fold them in like that. I'll show you that with the Sonys as well. So traveling wise, you got that built in. See that? Now, let's talk about Bluetooth range. Personally, I find them about equal. I've taken them up to about 10 meters personally, and I've had no issues with either headphone. The Bose do cut out a little bit easier than the Sonys. The Sonys have a stronger grip, if you like, on the actual connection than the Bose. But it's not bad on either. So I just thought I'd mention that. Sound quality in phone calls. The Bose, personally for me, sounds better when it comes to phone calls than the Sonys. It beats it. It's a clearer voice quality. It just seems better. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's clearer. It doesn't have so much of a muffly sound to it. So if that's important to you, these aren't bad. But I'll switch them on now. Hold on, guys. But the Bose better when it comes to phone calls. So I'm throwing that out there to you guys as well. Price. Now, when it comes to price, these are £280. These are £330. Are these worth the extra £50? Yes, they are. Because part of that Sense engine that's built into these, when someone comes up to talk to you when you're using these, you cover the right ear cup with your palm, and what it does is it switches off the noise cancelling temporarily, turns the music right down, so it's very quiet in the background, so you can hear what the person's saying to you. And as soon as you remove your hand off of it, noise cancelling kicks back in, and the volume goes back up. Now, with the Bose, they also you can download an app if you're using an iPhone or an Android device, which makes connecting easier, and you can check out battery life, stuff like that, things, that nature. There's no app for the Sonys at the moment. I don't know if they're intending on doing it, but I haven't seen one. So these do get updated now and again. I've had 2 updates since I've had them for the last 3 or 4 months, 2 updates, which you can only do via your computer. You can't do it via your app. Also, what I like about these, when you get a phone call coming through, it will tell you the name of the person that's calling you. Whereas these would just ring. You just hear the ringtone in there. So this is a bit more informative. It will say to you, John Smith calling you. So there's more vocal prompts on these than there are on the Sonys. The Sonys have got less vocal prompt. It's not a huge thing, but I just thought I'd make you guys aware of it. Now, connecting wirelessly. So going connection via Bluetooth, setting that up. These take longer to connect for some reason. I don't know why. These will connect faster. I did have problems pairing these with my HTC 10, but the HTC 10 had an update, and these now pair with it faultlessly, no issue at all. Both headphones can take up to 8 devices via Bluetooth. So it will store in their memory up to 8 devices. So they're equal in that respect, which is nice because I've got a lot of devices, guys. I've got about 8, 9, 10 phones, laptops, everything. So they're equal in that respect. But these take longer to connect when you switch on the Bluetooth. So how can I put this? What do I prefer? Personally, for me, the Sonys win it. I bought both of these, so I own both. It's not like I'm being paid or sponsored to do anything of the sort, guys. Do I recommend both? I recommend both headphones. But for £50 more, you get a lot more features with the Sonys, a lot more features. I mean, an example is with the Sonys, you get I'll pull this out here, LDAC, which is a Sony Bluetooth program, basically, that gives you 3 times better transfer rate than normal Bluetooth alone. You've got the DSEE-HX, which is a digital sound enhancement engine. You've got the Sense engine built into these. You've got all the swipe features and gestures. These have got a lot less features, guys, a lot less, but they're a lot more comfortable. Sound quality is better on these than these, so it's up to you. For me personally, it's the Sonys every time. Win it for me. But I still love the Bose. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like Bose products. But I'm not a fanboy. I'm not biased or anything. I like Bose products. But in this case, these win it for me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to get your feedback. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. It's been a lengthy review. Or comparison, should I say, but I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of everything. Also subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more reviews coming up for the iPhone 7 Plus, the Note 7. I've got cases, I've got more headphones coming. I've got bumpers, watches, phones, etc, etc. So definitely hit that subscribe button, guys. When it comes to accessories, I'm #1 when it comes to mobile accessories, guys. And that's it. I'll see you all again soon. This is Zilla saying goodbye and take care.